here's the showers. It's actually pretty nice and clean. I just used it, so of course it's gonna be all wet. If you don't have shampoo, they're gonna provide you with some shampoo, and that's my soap. Got toilet right there. Hey man, see that? I get this place all messy when I shower, you know what I mean? Yep. So it is. Alright man, editing is not that freaking hard. So let me start all over. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to your logs. Okay, right now I'm on duty for about a minute, as you can see. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change it so that I've been on duty for about 15 minutes doing my pre-trip.
Messaging.
So
you have 7 hours and 59 minutes of remaining drive time.
You can shut her up. Alright, so you go up over here to approve, because that's where all your recent, activity went. Where you were off, where I was off duty in an hour and 13 minutes, I'm gonna click that and I'm gonna edit it. You know what I mean? Alright, now it's gonna only show one bar. You don't want to do the whole hour and 13 minutes of pre-trip, so you're gonna use the scissors up here. It's gonna cut it into two. Alright, so you go to this time, it goes until 12:31. That's when that's when it cuts it in half. 36 minute is up, and then the next 37 minutes starts from that time all the way till 13:08. But since you only want to do like 15 minutes of pre-trip, you go all the way till about 12:50. Oh, what the hell? 50. So that'll give you 55 minutes. You can kind of play with it. Like, I'm doing it fast. If I really wanted to take my time and do calculations in my head, you can do 12:55. See, now it drops this segment down to 13 minutes, which is the most recent one because of the time is more recent than this. So this one's good, off duty, but this one now you're gonna change this to on duty. Don't mind my fat fingers. On duty, pre-trip. Go to OK and type your reasoning. Oi. Type your reasoning, oi. And there you go. You go back to your status and look. 13 minutes plus 3 minutes that I've been talking to you guys. That's how you do it. Alright, what's up, y'all? Usmeka here. So, let's see. Today was actually a pretty good day, I guess. I ran, I'm gonna show you guys how much miles I ran. Can you guys see that? Today was 210, yesterday was 650, so it kind of balanced out. I don't know if you guys saw that, but and then the days before that, they were just like little runs and stuff, because I was mainly worrying about this lease, getting this truck. So my run is pretty much from, let me see if you can see me better. My run is pretty much from Utah to California and back, and that's all it is. It's just that the only downfall about this run is once you get to California, the speed limit drops from 65 or 70 or whatever whatever the speed limit is, to 55. But over here, it don't matter if it's rush hour or not rush hour. And I'm talking about like Southern California, because that's my route. My route's from Utah to Sacramento, or from Utah down to Southern Cal. And every time I come to Southern Cal, no fail, man, you're always stuck in traffic no matter what time of the day it is. And it eats up your 10 hour or 11 hour drive time, man. Like, you're driving down here. Just once you take your 10 hour, every time I get into the valley, I take my 10 hour, because it's about an 11 hour drive from Utah to California. So the moment I get in here, I take my 10 hour. But the moment I start up again and start running, just to go and pick up my load or drop off the load and then pick up the next load and get out, just doing that, it takes about 11 hours. It takes pretty much your whole drive time just because you're stuck in traffic most of the time. And so that's the only thing that sucks about Southern California. You know, besides the tight spots, I don't mind backing into them tight spots. Even driving into the streets like down in Long Beach area, you gotta, you know, drive down some neighborhoods and make some, you know, tight turns and stuff. But that don't really bother me. It's mainly the traffic that bothers me. But once you get out of this, you know, the traffic, and you start heading like past out of San Bernardino, going back to like Barstow and stuff, heading towards Vegas, man, you could pretty much hit over 55 miles an hour easily, man. Just go 60, 65. I mean, many times California Highway Patrol just drove right next to me while I'm going 60, 65. I don't know, maybe it depends on the highway patrol, you know, depends on the cop, on his mood. But I mean, I wouldn't push it to 65. That's just me. I'm just one of those. I kind of watch my surroundings. But 60 for sure, man. Like they don't even give a damn if you go 60. But anyways, that was my little thing. So far, you know, I turned in that 610 miles that I ran. It's due tomorrow night, midnight. So I'm hoping I can turn this one in by the time I get to Salt Lake, but I doubt it. So we'll see. Because I just, you know, Wednesday midnight is the deadline to turn in all your work, so it falls on the next week's paycheck. And right now it's Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday, but this load doesn't deliver till Thursday, so it doesn't matter. So it looks like I won't even turn in this load until Thursday anyway, so that's gonna suck because that's only a $600 paycheck. Because I just barely leased. I just got this truck on Friday. I left. Yeah, it's only one run down 600 and actually no, it was about a 750 mile run because I left Sunday night. So yeah, man. So I'm just keeping you guys updated what's going on. Letting you guys know what the deal is. And I'll try to stick to my promise, show you guys all my paychecks, so I'm not hiding anything. I'll let you guys know how much Swift pays. Per mile right now they're paying me $1.14 because I'm driving reefer. And you have to drive over 600 miles to get paid $1.14. If you drive under 600 miles, there's a range, there's like a bracket. If you drive under that, you're gonna get paid $1.18. And then I think it's like under 300 miles, you're gonna get paid $1.24. So you know, the less miles you drive, the to the destination, you know, of course, then the more you'll get paid. But the farther the destination is, then it tops out at $1.14, and that's how much I'm making right now with these runs. Because all these runs from Utah to California, minimum is about 650 miles. That's the minimum. Like that's the shortest distance. The longest distance from Salt Lake, Utah down to Long Beach, which is almost the coast of California, that's about 757 miles. And that's the same with going from Salt Lake, you know, to Tracy, California, which is down through Sacramento area. That's about a 757 mile run as well. But if there's a way my dispatcher can get me from Salt Lake to Cali and then get on another load right back to Utah, that'll be good. But here at Swift, just letting you guys know right off the bat right now that sometimes, or most of the time, when they send you to your destination, they're gonna want you to take a local run. So you're gonna drop that load off. You're gonna drop that load off. You're gonna do a local run, like from your terminal, because we got terminals in every state. So when I come down to California, I'll drop that load off to the DC, the distribution center, and then they'll usually want me to go to my terminal at the yard, pick up a loaded trailer that's already loaded, ready to deliver locally. And that, man, talk about the biggest waste of money. You never want to accept those loads if you got the balls of steel to tell your dispatch that you don't want it. Some dispatches will get offended. They'll start giving you crappy runs if you keep declining those local runs. The reason why I say you never want to take those is because, especially here in California, I don't mind doing it in other states where it's open, there's no traffic. But here in California, when you do one local run, that takes up your whole day. And that local run will take you only 30 miles from San Bernardino to freaking Long Beach. You go down there and you get back to the yard, your 10 hours of driving is finished, man. And like I said, it's all because you're stuck in traffic, you're stuck in loading, unloading. That eats up everything, man. And so here in California, the bottom line is California sucks to drive in, man. Like if I've driven like pretty much everywhere on the Mideast, Central, all those states, wide open, man. No traffic. Only time there's traffic is like either during rush hour in the big cities or when there's a car accident. But besides that, no traffic at all, man. Like wide open. The distribution centers that you deliver in those areas, in the Midwest, Central, they're out in the open, man. They're out in the freaking boondocks. But over here in California, they're in freaking neighborhoods. They're down here in tight spots, traffic. I mean, it don't matter what time of the day it is, you're still gonna get caught up in some kind of traffic. You'd be lucky to not be caught up in traffic, and that's like at 2:30 in the morning when everyone's finally at home sleeping. But that's pretty much the topic, man. Is if you're gonna lease, decline the local runs because they don't make you anything. Especially here in California, you spent 10 hours driving 30 miles because you get paid the maximum, which is $1.24 or something like that, which still doesn't make up for you being stuck in traffic for 10 hours. You're wasting gas. So you've earned what, $1.24 times 30 miles. That's a little over 40 bucks. So you earn 40 bucks. That you'd be lucky if that covered your gas here in California. Now, diesel here in California is like $3.65 to $3.75, which is ridiculous, man. Because in Utah, it's there's one spot that I always hit up that's $2.75. So you'd be lucky if that even covers your diesel. And then on top of that, they'll your dispatch will throw on like a little pay. Like they'll be like, okay, if you do this local run, I'll give you 75 bucks. Even that 75 bucks won't cover your diesel, man. Like, so that $40, $75, 110 bucks, you drove 11 hours to earn 110 bucks. Man, it ain't worth it, man. The best thing to do is just decline the local runs and just get a load going, heading straight back out of there and get the hell out of there. Cause if you're gonna drive, if you're gonna drive 11 hours, man, I mean, you might as well make the most of it and get like $600-700 out of it instead of only $110. That's ridiculous. So, and then on top of that, you're making negative profit because you're using it all on diesel, because you probably wasted like $200 worth of diesel driving to that spot. So it's all just a waste of time, and yeah. So that's the only thing I don't like about working for Swift so far. I mean, I might come across some negative stuff, and I'll let you guys know. But the things I do like is you get a dedicated run. You get to choose, and I chose dedicated from Salt Lake to Cali and back because that's where I live, is in Salt Lake. So I'm home almost every other day. I see my family. In fact, sometimes they get sick and tired of seeing me so much. But besides that, and with that short of a run, I don't average like 6,000-7,000 miles a week when I'm running team. So that's another thing you gotta keep in mind. When you run team, make sure you're running the long routes, the 1,000-mile runs, the 1,300-mile runs, because that's where you're gonna make a lot of money. If you're doing the runs like me, I'm willing to sacrifice the pay cut of seeing my family every other day just to do 700-mile runs, 600-mile runs. But if y'all want to make more money, I would suggest doing the longer routes, like going from, doing 1,000+ mile runs, because those are gonna get you the most money. Besides that, man, I'll let you guys know what my first check is gonna be. It's not gonna be that big. I'll let you know that right off the bat. Just because, like I said, it's due tomorrow, but I only turned in one load, and that one load only gave me 757 miles. So that's pretty much it, y'all. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.